Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hello,
You start.
Prime Minister Boris. Now, you guys know this is the filter that I love, but it cuts in and it cuts out. It is giving a lot on my cheek because of the filter. My makeup is not giving all of this. I'm saying. You want to get in my hair? Boy, I paid too much money for my tresses. My tresses. Yes, it is. Let me see. Ooh. It's giving. I don't know what it's giving, hunty. I don't know if I should take off the filter because it got me looking like all this.
It's cute.
It looks so much blush.
You love your blush so.
I say all of that, yo, rude boy. So listen here, y'all. I want to say that now I'm gonna be eating my ice because we finna get into some things. So tell Clara, get the things that are on the list, and you pick out nice things for her. Say the things that's on the list. And then tell her she could throw in like an extra outfit, like it was some cute little pink outfit. She could throw that in, but get the things that they said they needed. So I'm gonna be eating my ice, and I'm gonna be having my my little paper towels for my ice. So everybody just mind your business. So everybody, I'm glad you guys are here. Hello, hi Kid Capri, how are you? Now, I ended up, when we traveled this time, I ended up forgetting my, this ain't even the filter how I be having it. This is not it, Tay.
That's the one.
No, because you're supposed to click on it. It's when it comes on with the blue eyes. That's how I knew I was looking a little bit crazy.
No, this is the one that you picked.
It's the one, but then you be having to tap it, and then it gets
the different color eyes.
Yes.
So what you want to do?
Because right now I'm giving a lot of blush. It looks like my contour. They done contoured my nose too much, child. What's going on?
They don't want to change your wig.
I didn't. Okay, y'all. So Tay's mad at me because I wanted to keep my hair looking this way because I was like, I like the color. Okay, just leave me alone. He wanted to do, something new, and I said, no, this is what I likes. Okay. Now, you guys, I think I've been shadow banned on a couple social media outlets because of my comments about the anyway. Okay, so you guys know we put out the song The Boys. I'm featured on Jessie Nelson's song. Is the UK baddie. And so I'm gonna have to get her. Now, how do I go? Hello. How do I get Jessie on here, you guys? Because we have to start talking. First, I want to say thank you to everybody joining us. I love you very much. The reunion. The Housewives reunion, all I will say about that is if you haven't been binge watching the season, go and binge watch it because listen, it's gonna be like it's one for the books. Like I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not saying that. It is iconic. You're gonna love it. The women to me were also very charming in person. I could see why they got chosen, to be on the show. I saw something said that I went hard on Candace. Yes, I think I went hard on everybody equally. Like they're tough girls on that show. So they were, I normally know who I can be like that with, and I could tell that they were tough enough to allow me to be tough with them. So I think I I think I kind of went for the jugular with everyone. Not in a bad way, not in a mean way, just in a way that I was like, y'all, if I go back without getting, asking the real shit that my fans want to know, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. They're going to be like, bitch, why you went up there if you wasn't really going to get into some things? So I had to get into some things. All right, so now I'm about to see how I'm going to get Miss Jessie on here. But yes, you guys are going to be thoroughly entertained, and that's all I will say about that. Now y'all tell me, how do I get Jessie? I think I see someone that says view request. Jessie, are you ready, mama? Hi, Andy. Oh, hi, Andy. And Andy was so sweet and so gracious. I told Andy that he gave me something that I was able to check off of my bucket list. And a lot of times people don't understand that, like, sometimes they think if you are successful in one area that you don't get excited about things. But this is something that I really got excited about, and it lived up to my expectations in all the good ways. And yeah, I would do it again. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And seeing the girls up close, like in person. It was one of the girls was kind of staring at me a lot. I could tell that she was kind of like, cause you know what? A lot of times when people see me in person, and I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, not to toot my own horn, toot, but people be thinking that I'm like super retouched on the internet, and that when they see me in person, that I'ma just look like a real mess. And a lot of times when I see people in person, they be like, "Oh, okay, you don't look bad in person, okay, yeah."
Jessie needs to comment.
Okay, Jessie, mama, can you comment so we can click on you? So that I can bridge you into my live. Jessie, where are you? Tay is going through. Hello, everybody from the UK. I'm doing my, this is my Beverly Hills Housewives hair today, child. I've left Potomac and now I'm in Beverly Hills, baby. Excuse me, Jessie, are you here? We gotta go. Jessie, are you here? Are you here? We gotta go. Jessie, are you here? Are you here? We gotta go. Go, go, go. Yeah, we gotta go. Where is she?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to text her then, and then it's gonna go dark.
Everybody tagging her, so she should.
Hi, my darlings. Oh, they said she commented twice. Oh, there she goes. All right, we see you. Yay! Go live with Jessie. And yes, everyone said, "Oh my God, I wish you could have did the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion." Check. Woo.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh.
How are you?
Hey, beautiful lady.
How are you, darling?
Right, first of all, can I just say, about you looking like this, you've made me like an absolute tramp.
Like, winding down, sexy, and I am about to wind up because I'm about to do like some photos, but I'm not wearing all this makeup. Honestly, this is my favorite filter fans hate, and I don't care. They just gonna have to motherfucking deal with it. I don't care that they're mad. But the filter use it actually is making me look like I have on a lot more makeup than I'm wearing right now.
No, you look beautiful. This is my favourite hair on you.
So I love it. I'm not
banging.
Beg Tay to let me keep it. I said, boy, sit down. Go. first of all, you know, I put this on a story, and my fans know I'm very real about this type of shit, right? Like when I met you, and I'm glad we did that. We could shoot together.
Yeah.
I'm oh, she's actually really sweet. I didn't know what to expect. Um, you know, because when I had filmed, I think for another video, I didn't get to be there. I think, and so when we actually got to be together physically, I was like, oh, she's so freaking sweet. Of sounds that I was able to build a real genuine friendship with. Okay, say who, but because it doesn't matter. But yeah, so you were so freaking dope in person in real life. What part of the UK are you from?
I'm from Essex, which is East London.
East London.
I'm a proper Essex girl.
All right. Now, I'm always doing my fake British accent.
Yeah, which I fucking love.
People out there rate it, or do they hate it?
No, they love your British accent so much. Nikki, when you called me the UK baddie and I heard you do your British accent, the first time I heard it, I screamed and chucked my phone on the floor. Because I feel like you haven't done it for such a long time on your songs. So when you did it on mine, I was like, fuck off, she's gone and literally just done it on my song.
Because lately, well, I started doing this, and before I started about like my album, I realized that I had taken about myself that fun. Thought about it. I'm like, why the fuck did I change myself because people had a problem with this? And you start worrying about what everyone has to say, and once you start doing that, diminish who you are as a human and as an artist. And what happens? What artists? They're so free that people just take to them and are, attract themselves or whatever. But over time, you start that you have to be this polished thing. No, nobody has to be we are all in, changing every day.
Yeah.
Like my favorite artists, I love that I see certain new things. I see them be silly or funny or awkward sometimes, or don't know what to say sometimes. Everybody's not going to have the right answer all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I first want to start with about the song Boys. And we've had that song for no. I had it for a long time. How long did you have?
I've had the song since March. Yeah.
It was like doing a bunch of stuff, and then when I did record it, you hit me. He was like, you know what? I would rather us shoot together. So then we added a little bit more time.
Yeah.
So to people who are looking, who don't know a lot about you, my end of the pond, what is if you could put you in 3 words, what would it be?
Real, honest, and fun.
Real, honest, and fun. How long were you in? You were in a group.
So I was in Little Mix for 9 and a bit years. Long time. Sorry, babe, I didn't hear you. It's really weird on this live. I don't know if it's normal, but every time I talk or you talk, it like goes silent, and then I can't hear what you're saying. I don't know if that's normal.
It might be because I have my thing. Let me see. Is this any different? Does it sound different when I pick it up? Because I do have.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Perfect.
Okay, because I have my microphone thing down, so you probably maybe is what it is.
That's perfect.
I forgot because I forgot my phone stand. Okay, so go ahead, say what you were saying.
Sorry, babe. What did you say? Because I didn't hear your question where it cut off.
Oh, what was it like being in a group for so long?
I had like literally the most incredible memories of being in Little Mix, but for me personally, like I've been very open and honest about the struggles that I've been through whilst I was in Little Mix. You know, I was from the very beginning like subjected to a lot of trolling. I was fat shamed, like, you know, endlessly. People said shit about my face. So like it was a lot to deal with, and I was constantly compared to like the 3 other girls that were in the group. So for me, that really took like a lot on my mental health. And so I loved it, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I could be myself. I definitely like tried to change myself when I was in Little Mix, because I just wanted to be accepted. Like before I was even in Little Mix, like I think probably for some people when they've seen this video, they're like, huh? Because if you don't know me outside of Little Mix, you don't know me before Little Mix, you know, to watch this video, you will probably, a lot of people probably think, well, this is a big change. Like her styling's changed, her music's changed. Like what? But actually, like this is the music that I grew up on as a kid. Like, and these were the music videos that I was inspired by. But yeah, like I said, when I was in Little Mix, I just wanted to be accepted. So like, I changed the way I dress. I like tried to go on stupid diets and, you know, did everything I could to be accepted. And I just, for me, like wanted to just, like you said, like what you were saying, like we as artists, we like you felt like you lost yourself, like you stopped doing certain things. And I really recognised that in myself. I just wasn't being true to myself. And I needed to take myself out of that situation, because like at the end of the day, Nikki, I think you live once, and like you've got to do what makes you happy. And so now I've come out of it, I genuinely feel like I'm making the music that I've always wanted to make. I'm creating the music videos I've always wanted to do. I'm dressing and being me. So it feels, I feel like...
Let me ask you something. When you were, so in essence, you're saying that you were like being fat shamed, quote unquote, right? First of all, you were on a show, a TV show first, and they put y'all into a group, right?
Yeah, I was on X Factor, and we all auditioned as solo artists, and then we got put together by Kelly Rowland. And then yeah, like obviously that was around the time that social media had just come about, like Twitter was like just come around, and it was just, yeah, it was just mental really. I was like written about every day in the papers. I was on every magazine front cover for putting on weight, losing weight. Like it was mad.
How did the people around you support you?
I mean,
did they speak up in defense of you and your body at that time, or
definitely, like the girls in the group, like they always stuck up for me when it comes to that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the team, like my management that I had around me at the time, I don't really feel like they were very supportive, and I don't really feel like they really cared. That's another reason as well why I needed to like come out of that, because I just wanted to be around a team that like championed me and actually give a shit about me, because I think that's so important, to be around people who genuinely give a shit about you.
Yeah. First of all, I saw pictures of you from when you guys were on the show. You obviously know you were never fat, right? Like you have to know that, right?
Thank you. It's hard though. I think when you're being told something, that's the thing. Like before I even went on X Factor, I genuinely never looked in the mirror and thought, oh, I'm fat. Like I'm an ugly girl. Like I didn't really think anything. I never had any confidence issues. And then obviously when you're on a TV show that's as big as X Factor and everyone's just like having a free fall to say what they want about you, eventually you do think, oh shit, like if everyone's saying this must be true.
Yeah. I can completely identify with that. And those things stick around with you for a very long time. Like when I came in this industry, I was bullied all the fucking time.
No, right? I didn't know that.
And but I bet you she probably gonna say she can't hear me no more. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, babe, yeah.
Okay. When I came in the industry, like I was the go-to girl to talk about, you know, people getting their ass done. People had never, that was not like the norm. You see how all these bitches right now, they get their ass done and everybody's just like, oh, okay, and it's moved on next.
Yeah.
But like that with me. All these girls that got their ass done now, thank Onika, because okay. What I had to do was I had to show I don't give a fuck about what you think. So when I did the song, I did a song called Dance Ass, and I said, I guess my ass shots were off. Like I would rap like about ass shots and stuff. And when people realize, oh, so we can't shame her about it, she doesn't give a fuck. That's when they started like not going as hard. But in the beginning, it was every week someone posting, even they would even post pictures of me, like pictures that weren't me, and that was me. So I understand what it does to a human being. Forget being a female.
Yeah.
When you are scrutinized 100% of the time, it does make you question things about yourself you had never questioned before. And I love it when people say, "Oh, if I was famous, I would do this and I would do that." You know what the fuck you would do or say because you're famous.
Yeah.
So recently, even I did the reunion for like the Housewives the other day, and I was talking to them, and I mentioned like it's a lot different when you're being critiqued, right? Imagine you trying to start a music career. You used to critiquing people and dissing people on the internet. Now you starting a music career and you see how that shit feels. Now you gotta explain yourself all the time. Now you might have money problems on the show, and now you feel like you gotta dress in the most labels all the time. It's like it does change things that you would normally do so naturally.
Yeah.
Now it makes you question every fucking thing. And then yes, that affects your psyche. A lot of us don't go and get like mental help or therapy. So that just becomes a part of who we are. And that it's a burden to carry that around. And then if you do act or speak on it, then you have to worry about a bunch of people shaming you for that, tearing you down for that, part for that. But anyway, we'll come back to that. What I want to talk about is now, did you and Diddy actually shoot together on the video? I saw you post a picture with him.
Yeah. So I originally shot my door scene in the UK.
Yeah.
And then obviously when we found out he was going to be in the video, he was like, I really want to shoot with Jesse. But on the day, I didn't actually think that I was going to be shooting with him. So I didn't have any of my hair or makeup. I was completely different outfit. And I was like, and I just was honest with him. I was like, Diddy, I'm so sorry, but I for this to work, like I need to be in like the hair and the makeup that I had on the day of the video. And he was like, he's so cute. He was like, it's cool. He was like, it's fine. But so I just stood when he did his bit. I just stood in the doorway and just like reacted off of him so that he could like get a better feel of like what he was doing.
Right, because I didn't know that he was gonna be in the video, so it was even like a nice surprise. I'm sitting there looking at the video, I see him pop up. I'm like, oh, oh, I'm excited. Like I felt like an actual, just like a fan. Like, oh, okay, this is Puffy. So shout out to Puffy for clearing that, the sample for us. In my verse, now with my verse, y'all, I changed the first 4 bars of the verse. It was different. And then I changed it because I said, wait a minute, I can't do something like this and not make it iconic. Boof, you don't need to announce yourself talking about something, hey everyone on my live. Boy, bye. So I changed my verse because I was like, I have to make it iconic. It's a bad boy sample. I can't do it and not do something, clever with the names. So that's how I changed it. So originally we had something completely different, y'all, for the first few lines of my rap, and then we changed it to with the things. And shout out to shout out to Black Rob's family. Shout out to Mace. Rest in peace, Biggie. Shout out to Total. And shout out to Shine. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but Shine has changed his life completely. Y'all need to go follow him. Shine is now like a big politician over in Belize. Okay, y'all. So talk about changing your life. Okay. So yeah. So I changed it to that, and then we did this verse, and I love it. I love how you sing. I love your harmonies and background vocals. I love that you can really dance. But do you know the only thing? I was wishing that you danced more in the video. Like,
really?
When I saw the part with choreo, and you're dancing with the dancers and you hit it like super duper hard. I was like, I shouldn't do more of that. I loved it. I love that part.
Oh, thank you.
Were you a dancer before you went to X Factor?
Yeah, so I was a dancer before I was even a singer. Like dancing is like my main passion. I love singing, but dancing probably is a bit more like, yeah, I love it. I've been dancing since I was like 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's your thing. Like I can tell, even though and I love your singing, but I'm just saying you could tell you were trained like as a dancer when I saw that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. You know how I always do the British accent?
Yes.
You know how to do a US accent?
I feel like I can do like an LA accent. I feel like I don't know, like this probably sounds fucking ridiculous, but this is the best I can do.
That is very good. That was very like Kourtney Kardashian. Oh, because that was kind of good.
Yeah, but I just want to be able to do your accent. It's so sexy.
Oh, my ghetto New York accent? Oh, no.
It's so sexy.
Jesse, you got to grow up in the real heart of the hood to get this flair, okay? You got to come down here and go to New York. Okay, so, all right, so here's another thing. If you had to, now, I'm not saying you like these people, but we got to play F, marry, and kill.
Okay.
I'm gonna boys, and you, look, she got mad nervous as soon as I said it. You have to tell me who you would F, who you would marry, who you would kill, okay?
Kill? Jesus Christ, Nikki. That is...
Actually, at least sort of punch them in the face. You know what I mean? So let's do Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake.
Ooh, that's so hard.
Is it?
So hold on, what is it? What was it again? Punch in the face.
DiCaprio, Justin Bieber, and Justin Timberlake.
And then what are the options?
F, kill.
Right. I'm gonna marry Justin Timberlake because I just feel like he seems like a really, really nice man.
Okay.
And I feel like he'd treat me good.
Okay.
I feel like he's a fuckboy.
Ooh, okay.
And then I'm gonna F Leonardo DiCaprio. And then I don't want to punch Justin Bieber, but I don't have an option, so I'm going to have to punch Justin Bieber.
Okay, so this is good. So you said we're going to F Leo.
Yes.
Timberlake.
Yeah.
And punch in the face Bieber.
Yeah. But only because I wouldn't want to F Justin Bieber because he's got a wife here. I'm not going to do that.
All right. Whatever you say. All right, so give you another one. So this one is Tay, we gotta say some rappers. Tay, come on here. Tay, we gotta say some rappers. What rapper should I give Jesse? Should I give some of the ones that here? Okay. Little Baby, the Baby, and Future. This is Tay's 3. I'm gonna give you my 3 after.
Wait, who was the last one?
Future.
Future.
My balls, my sexy for my. Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Oh, this is hard because I don't.
You have to do it. You have to bloody do it. Little Baby.
Right, I'm gonna Right. I'm gonna marry Future.
Okay.
I'm gonna F Lil Baby.
And punch him.
Punch the baby in the face.
Okay, I gotta give you another one. Loverboy Drake. Lil Wayne.
Yes.
And do you know Little Duck? Do you know how he looks? Not really. Not really. Let's do so Lil Wayne, Drake. Pootie. See, I go blank too.
Can we put 50 Cent in there?
Yes, let's put no, because if we put 50, we gotta change the thing. So I'm gonna come back to this one. So let's put
all right.
50, Puffy, and Birdman.
Right.
Go.
Okay, I'm gonna marry Diddy.
Okay.
I'm gonna F 50 Cent.
She
And I'm gonna punch.
what 50, okay. All right, so we're gonna have to punch. So, all right, you're gonna have to punch in the face, Birdman. I know Birdman is my baby. Okay, that is.
I don't want to punch anyone, to be honest, Nikki, but
no, but he has to get punched. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's playing the game? They have to get it. But I think that was cool. That was cute. Have you ever met 50?
No, but I fancy him a lot.
Really?
He's just so. I think he is one of the sexiest men in the world.
Oh my. Cuban? Don't Cuban is I didn't it's not so what do you think is sexy about 50, Jam?
He's just right. First of all, he's a G. Second of all, he's just ridiculously talented. And then thirdly, he's just like he's just a man. Like he's just a proper man. Like he looks like he just. First of all, he'd like throw you around in the bedroom, and then
Ooh.
I feel like he'd
I
just
see.
look after you.
Our kind of conversation. I see. I didn't want to go there with you, but we can get into some things. So, all right. If you had now, listen. We're saying if these people were not married, etc. We're not disrespecting nobody because I love me some Cuban Link and she is my baby child.
Oh,
so
wait, is 50 Cent got a wifey?
She's definitely a wifey. They haven't.
I didn't know this. I did not know this.
No, Jessie, don't worry about it. Cuban is very. She's mad, like sweet, cool. Like she laughs at shit, so you don't gotta worry about that. But let me ask you. Are you into like the muscular guys? Because some girls, I don't think I've ever like dated somebody that was like super muscular. Does that turn you on, like the super muscular looking like they just stepped out of the gym type of muscular guys?
I definitely feel like, I don't know, maybe it's like, Joe, it's not even that I want someone that's muscly, because like genuinely I've been with boys that aren't muscly, boys that are a bit chubby, boys that are really muscly. I think it's that when someone feels big, I feel looked after.
Right.
I feel safe. Do you know what I mean? And also, I think because I am a curvy girl, it also just makes me feel like when the man's a bit bigger, it makes me just feel cute and small.
Okay. Well, let me tell you how 50 Cent girlfriend look, Chad. She is she has an athletic body.
Okay.
Gorgeous face. I know, Jessie in her head is like, bitch. No, I'm just like very sexy body, but athletic body and face card never decline. Yeah. So but yeah, and it seems like what I could see, it seems like 50 likes that kind of, body. But I think that I'm not gonna lie, it feels nice when you can like touch your man's chest and it's giving something other than giving like, the feels nice when you can just touch their chest and it's nice and hard and cute. Yeah. That's what I like about my lady. All right, so but let me ask you something. Now you mentioned the bedroom though. Are you open to being thrown around in the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. Like sometimes you'll switch it up. Like sometimes you feel more like, oh, you know what? Let's be all sensual. Can I just say something? I don't like the suave, like suave moments. Like when it's like, oh, we making love, and it's like, ooh, like I don't really like. I like it when, you know what I'm saying, it's just that hood talk in my ear, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
like
same.
that. Oh, okay. I feel you. And the guy has to know how to talk shit in your ear.
Yes.
Like, make you want to feel like, you know, you're the cheapest $2 hoe in the world. Even though you are, you know, epic and you are, you know, a beauty, a gem, you know what I mean? He has to make me feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So I totally.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we'll do one more. Now, let me ask, have you ever dated a girl?
No, never.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, with the way my love life's going, Nikki, I'd be open to it, to be honest. So.
Okay, but if you had to date a girl, right?
Yeah.
Who, give me up, and you had to pick one person on the planet right now that it could almost look like that person. Who would it be? And then we're going to get back to one more.
Wait, if I was to date a girl?
Yeah.
This is hard for me because I wouldn't like. So my sister's gay.
Okay.
And I'd say my sister's probably the more masculine one in the group, and her wife is the more feminine, girly one. So I feel like if I was going to date a girl, I wouldn't want a girly girl. I'd want like a masculine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Masculine girls that I could say.
Who?
What did he say?
Do you know who Young M.A. is?
No. Who?
She's a rapper. Her name is Young M.A.
Okay.
One time, somebody that liked me thought that I liked Young M.A. and was mad. They were like, I seen you flirting with Young M.A.
So wait, would you say that you're like an openly just flirty personality?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
Well, I would say that, yes, but within a relationship, I don't really play those kind of games. Like,
oh, no.
but like, I have utmost respect, you know, for my husband.
Yeah.
And I play games within the parameters of my relationship. You know, like, I know what he would feel offended by, you know, but the great thing about him, which is very attractive to me, is that he lets me have my fun, and he don't, you know, like, he don't trip. He don't really trip. He let me be me. Yeah. But, you know, I think, as a woman or as a human relationship, what's sexy is when you know not to push those boundaries to make your significant other feel bad, you know, or
yeah, of course.
I'm saying, but anyway, but so this girl, Young M.A., when I met her, child, she was blushing so much. Damn. Blushing too, a little something, but she couldn't even talk straight, Jessie. She was like obsessing over the kid, and I was just like, girl, go ahead. And then this other girl, her name is Lady Luck. When she met me, she was acting like that too. So I don't know. It's just something about me that the girls be.
That's because you're sexy though. Like, Nikki, even when I was on set with you, I was like, Jesus Christ, this woman is so sexy. Like, and you do like just ooze like sex appeal.
Really, I feel the opposite. I always tell people like, don't come around me thinking I'm gonna be like some Nicki Minaj. I feel like I'm more goofy, and I actually think that that's what got liked from me a lot of times since I was younger. Like more, I'm goofy and I'm playful. I can't try to one of those girls that's always trying to be like the sexy girl, but sometimes, that is what guys think is sexy. Just the fun. Um,
But
um,
I feel like, sorry to interrupt you, I was going to say, I feel like that is what is so sexy about you because for me, yeah, as a woman, I think confidence is the sexiest thing that you can wear. Like, and I think because you're so confident in yourself, that's what's sexy. Like, obviously, you're sexy anyway, but that is what makes you so sexy. When a woman just knows herself and she doesn't give a shit, I just think that's so attractive.
I agree. I agree. When I was only seeing pictures of you, I kept on thinking that you were one of those like people that were gonna act super sexy in person, and so that's why I was saying when I saw that you were just like girl's girl, and down to earth and fun. I was like, God, because by looking at your picture, someone could read you really wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I read you a little bit wrong. Okay, so we talked about oh, but I did have like a little fake girlfriend, and
Did you?
yes, she I was in high school and I was kind of like cheating on my boyfriend, and I was going to night school, and she was definitely more of like the masculine. But she could dress. She used to dress so fly, and her face was like super super dope. But yeah, I just let me see if my husband about to come over here and give me a look. What he do? Oh hey Z, what's up? He heard me. Oh nothing. No, don't come over here. I'm on my life because you might have overheard me saying something. Nothing. I, Zoo, I was saying that I had a girlfriend.
You ain't never had no girl.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I. Be quiet. Be quiet. And it was when I lived in New York, and I was going to night school, and I kind of like being with my other boyfriend. But anyway, okay. So look, we've been on for a really long time. You guys, there is something else that I want to get into before we get off, but our song is called Boys. It's Jessie featuring me. And Jessie, the stats in the UK looks like it's been doing really good. Like, do you want to tell us some of the stats in the UK when the song came out?
Oh gosh, I mean, yeah, it's done. It
I
is
have
done. I can't even believe like how obviously I can, but it's just crazy. Do you know what it is though? Like the Barbs, yeah, they are so loyal and so lovely. Like they just, yeah, they're amazing. And I'm gonna shout out my fans, the Baddies, which they've called themselves because of you.
So the whole Jessie Nelson fan base, the Baddies, we love you. You are everything.
Everything.
The Barbs and the Baddies run shit. Okay, so I just was looking and I was seeing like it was debuting very high over there.
Yeah.
On all those lists, and I liked it on Twitter. I had also told my fans that I was going to answer some questions, but I don't know how I'm going to go on my Twitter without this blacking out for a second.
Oh, okay.
So 2 seconds. Don't get Barbs. I went on wanted to see if y'all was asking a bunch of questions, and y'all was not. All y'all was doing was screenshotting how we was looking on the damn live chat. So listen, this is what I want to say. This is very important before I go up this live. The one thing to me that is the corniest thing a human being can do, one of the corniest things in life, people have done this to me for a really fucking long time in my life. As soon as people can't get a bag with you, they tend to want to stop your bag. Okay? Now, in my opinion, if I was rocking with you for 10 years and there was something so horrible about you and I kept on doing business with you and getting money with you and shit like that for 10 years, and then as soon as we part ways, I'm like texting people, telling people to bring shit up negative about you, immediately that person has to wear a big red clown nose and a pair of big red fucking clown boots because you're a fucking clown. When people part ways, go about your fucking business. Because when you part ways and you do something messy to someone that you were just, having, whatever, whether you brought it up behind closed doors or what, when you try to bring somebody down because you see them continuing to try to pursue their passion to make money to feed their family, you are a fucking clown. And let me tell you something. It's a lot of women out here in the United States that tan, get bigger lips, get all types of shit done to themselves. I wear blonde hair, straight blonde hair down to my feet if I want to, when I want to. Contacts, whatever. Like, I do whatever the fuck I want. Everyone is, as long as you're not hurting anybody or speaking negatively about anyone's race or culture, you should be able to enjoy your body, your makeup, your whatever, how the fuck you want it to. If you've ever done business with someone and then you hold a text message and say, oh, when they try to do something else and when they try to move on with their life one day, I'm gonna put this text message out and I'm gonna end them. You've already ended your fucking self. You will not go any fucking where. You won't go anywhere because your heart ain't right. If somebody is whatever you say they are, let people figure that out. Let people talk. Fans are gonna talk. Fans are gonna critique. People are gonna diss people. That's what it is. A lot of the females out right now, it's like they keep on asking for a hate train. It's like they want to say that. A hate train is not when someone doesn't like your song or when someone disses you for a day or two. A hate train is an effort by powerful people behind the scenes and on the scenes, in front of the world, to try to end your career, end your life, and the way that you feed your family. That's what a hate train is, right? Why I started using the term. If someone says they don't like music or they don't like your outfit or they don't like that's not a hate train. That's just people saying they don't like your song or your outfit or hair. Everyone has to deal with it. It seems like the new females, it's almost like they don't want to be critiqued ever. It's like everyone is just supposed to praise you 24/7. Why would you even want that? Let me tell you what happens when that happens. What happens is, put out an album, doesn't translate. The sales won't translate because people have been lying to you nonstop. And then they haven't told you that they don't like a song, they don't like this or they don't like that. Then when you put an album out and you think everybody love you, I've seen it recently happen. They put an album out and it doesn't sell what they want to sell. Well, that's because a lot of people are lying to you for whatever reason. You should want people to be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to say that. Now, in terms of this situation, right? I've seen so many people utilize situations when when they felt it was beneficial to them. Certain people, you might be black and white mixed, and now you're attempting to be, black this, black that, but you may not have been doing it 8, 7, 6, 5 years ago, but now it's convenient. Whatever your fucking boat. But what we won't have is putting out text messages to try to ruin someone and telling people and influencers to talk badly about this girl. I know singers that tan a lot. You might not peep because you gotten used to it. It's their fucking business. It's their fucking right. It's different when someone comes out and pretends to be black. Says, "Oh yeah, I'm not black. My grandpa is black. What is that?" That's different from someone who goes on the beach or goes on vacation and tans or likes how they look tan. When someone has been fat, one of the things that people do is, I know a lot of women, I do it, and a lot of female singers that I know do it, put on darker makeup on their legs so that their legs look even more toned. Jessie is someone who has been being fat shamed from the beginning of her career, and she's had to go through that shit on TV without anyone defending her. So I'm sure that one of the things that she started doing was putting on more tan. I even started doing, if you look at my body super face, like I remember, shout out to the man who I used to go to and be butt ass naked, and he used to be saying that. It's this man that I used to go to in LA, and he would do my spray tans. I stopped doing the actual spray tans because I don't like the way it smells after a while. And so we just do the actual body spray, or if I go, I'm in the sun. But that's just one of the female celebrities do. Now, I'm not saying that someone should get more of a tan or not more of a tan hair. Unless a person, to me, is pretending that they are a race that they're not and lying. And I could name a couple people that done lied to y'all and told y'all that they was a certain race that they're not. Sweetheart, take them text messages and shove it up your fucking ass. Because when you do clown shit, I gotta treat you and talk to you like you a clown. Don't have to come out and try to ruin anyone. Let her enjoy this time. If you was in this woman's group and you ain't talk about this shit for 10 years, and as soon as you see she got a video come out with Nicki Minaj and Puffy, now you sending the stations text messages and all this shit. Print them text messages out. Bust your ass open and shove it up your motherfucking ass. Okay? And stop trying to hurt people and kill people's lives and career. This is the way people feed their families. Stop. If you want a solo career, baby girl, just say that. You can go out and put your own music. We're going to support you and love you. That's it. You don't have to attack someone else. If that's how you felt, why would you keep keying with her and being in the videos with her for 10 years? Now, all of a sudden, she's not in a video with you. You have some negative, evil thing to do and say? Stop. If that's the case, tell all of these singers that y'all follow and all of these reality TV people that y'all follow, tell them to take off their spray tan and their tans and their lips and their everything they're doing. That means the black girls can't wear a long blonde wig down to our feet. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want, when we want, how we want.
Yeah.
So please stop. It screams just insecurity. It screams that you're jealous. Only jealous people do things like this. And now you just look like a big jealous bozo. Please stop. I love you guys. I love all of y'all. But please don't do this, okay? Go out, everybody. Listen to Boys. It's Jessie Nelson featuring Nicki Minaj. We recreated a Diddy, a Bad Boys classic. And to everybody out there right now that's watching, people who've struggled with their weight, people who've struggled with mental health issues, stop reading the comments on the internet. Be happy. Be happy. Let these people be miserable by their motherfucking self. As long as you're not hurting and attacking people, be happy. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're epic. Somebody in this world cares about you. We need you here. Fuck people who have something negative to say about you. They're clowns. They're jealous, miserable clowns.
Thank you, babe. Honestly, like, that really means a lot. And I just, as well, I think while we're on this subject, I just personally want to say that, like, you know, my intention is was never ever to offend people of color with this video and my song, because, you know, like I said, growing up as a young girl, like, this is the music that I listened to. These are the videos that I watched and, like, thought were the best. Like, for me personally, like, 90s, 2000s hip hop, R&B music, I will stand to this day, is the best era of music that was made, I personally think. And so, you know, I just wanted to celebrate that. Like, I just wanted to celebrate that era of music because it's what I love. And yeah, like, my intentions are to never ever ever to offend anyone. And genuinely, like, it actually does really hurt me that I may have offended people and actually, like, hurt people's feelings just by genuinely celebrating something that I love. And I just want to touch on the whole tanning thing as well. Like, you know, I want people to know that when I was in the video of you, like, I didn't even have any fake tan on. I'd been in Antigua prior to that for 3 weeks. And I'm just really lucky as a white girl that when I'm in the sun, I tan so dark. Like, so many people have said to me before, like, you know, like, Leanne even said to me in the group, like, are you sure you're, like, not mixed race? Because you go darker than me in the sun. That's crazy. And, like, I wanted to come on this live today as well and, like, show everyone my hair is naturally curly. Like, I've always had curly hair. I got it from my dad. And so, you know, we both know as women, like, in this industry, if you keep fucking putting shit on your hair and damaging it, I'm gonna have no hair left. And that's the way I was going. So I wanted to get a wig that emulated the same texture as my hair. And I genuinely didn't think I was doing anything wrong because I've got naturally curly hair.
Wearing wigs for the last 100,000 fucking years. This ain't nothing new with white. Next.
But yeah, I just yeah, I never ever would ever want to offend anyone. I just want to literally spread love and just celebrate this, like, because this is a fucking great song. And, like, honestly, like, the video is so iconic, and I wanted to pay homage to Diddy as well, like, because that's such an iconic video, and I wanted to pay homage to him. And, you know, like, he loved it, and he saw the video, and he accepted it. He didn't have a problem with it. And yeah, I guess it's just hard for me because I was obviously, like you said, I was in a group with 2 women of color for 9 years, and it was never brought up to me up until the last music video that I did with them, when she, like, messaged me and said, like, Jessie, I just want to make you aware that, like,
She been what? She ain't have the balls and all of this so that she can have it. When people do shit like that, like, yo, put this fucking energy and focus on your own blood clot life. Like, yeah, you understand? Put that fuck energy into your own pussy wall. You understand? Take it and your blood clot pussy and go suck your mother. You understand? Because that's why she did calculate it. I've had people do things like that to me for years, sweetheart. So whenever people start doing shit like that, welcome to the big leagues. That's what I'll say. Welcome to the motherfucking big leagues. Because they don't stop at one time. They do it and do it. And then one day they wake up and they realize, oh shit, I wasn't able to stop her. Jessie Shirley. You guys follow me. And also the link for the video is in my Instagram bio. It's in Jessie's Instagram bio. Watch the video, make TikToks, make reels of it. I'm looking to see if I can figure out TikToks. I haven't had a lot of time on social media like I wanted to, but now after I do my little, maybe Jessie and I will just go back and forth and choose like the best TikToks and send you guys like some merch or something cool. We can think about it. But you guys, anyway, I love y'all. Jessie, you have nothing. Please enjoy your time. Enjoy yourself, okay?
Thank you, babe.
And I love you dearly. Shout out to baddies. Shout out to the Bobs. Bob, I love you so much. Without you, Bob, know that I can't do any of this without you. I appreciate you. Never gonna stop appreciating you. I have a lot of amazing things cooking up for you guys. And that's about it. We will talk soon. Jessie, if you want to say anything else, say it. If not, bye-bye.
I just want to say, actually, while we're here, that I just fucking appreciate you so much. And I want to say, like, I respect you so much as an artist, because do you know how many, like, rappers jump on people's songs and then they get their money and then they fuck off and they don't give a shit about the song? Like, I love that about you, Nikki. Like, because when you put your name to something, like, you really fucking give a shit about it, and I love that about you. And I just want to say I appreciate you, and you're just fucking amazing.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you. It's a genuine connection. Sometimes you don't get that, but it's okay. Genuine connection now. We're gonna be texting after. Me too. Okay. Don't let anything or anyone stress you. That's all I ask. Just do that for me. Don't. Arbs, please show Jessie all the love and support right now, because you guys know how have come for me, and now people are trying. Please show her all the love and support. I love y'all. Okay. Yeah. Saved alive. I'm gonna save the UK. Boris, Prime Minister. How? I'm a big fucking star in the United States. All right, it's the UK baddie and the Barbie. Bye, Jessie.
Love you.
Love you.
How do we end?